Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell so you're not missing any of the content that we have coming out. And today we are going to be diving into DCeased, Dead Planet issue number 6. Now there is only one more issue after this, so if you guys have not been getting caught up on this, I'll leave a link in the description and at the top of the video. You guys can get completely caught up on everything DCeased. Now we last left off, Penguin was essentially creating an army of Amazos to take on the anti-living. Simultaneously, Trigon is preparing to make his rise to Earth to be able to take over and reign over Earth. So without further ado, let's dive into this issue. So we pick up in Australia, and we see Oswald Cobblepot just really talking about the technicalities of the Amazos, and they're programming them so that they would only kill the anti-living and they don't kill the living. Otherwise, these things would literally just wipe out all of humanity so quickly it would be in a blink of an eye. Now, picking up with all of our heroes, Cyborg lets us know that his blood has been recoded and the life equation is now within sight of him. But they really don't know how to turn that into a cure. And so they need knowledge. They need knowledge from one of the greatest biochemists in the world. And Batman knows just the person to talk to for that. The person to talk to is Alec Holland, aka Swamp Thing. Because prior to becoming Swamp Thing, he was a brilliant biologist and biochemist. But they're going to need more than just Swamp Thing. And this is where Batman gets the idea to have a more of a collective hive think tank type situation. Batman brought together all of our heroes linked by the green and by the telepathic powers of Dr. Fate. And so we saw Swamp Thing, Poison Ivy, Victor Stone, Harley Quinn, Mary Marvel, Wally West, Detective Chimp, and Batman all collectively thinking to try to find a cure. And they figure it out. They have a cure, they know how to get this done. But at the same time, the Amazos are ready. And so what we're seeing here is simultaneously the Amazos are getting released upon the world to take out the anti-living. While on the other side of the world, Superman and everybody else is like, yeah, we found a cure, like we can start curing everybody. But there's no way for anybody to communicate this to one another. And so we see the Amazos in formation taking out the anti-living left and right. And so they formulate a cure, but they need to test it. And so they give up a bunch of options, but at the end of the day, they're going to go with Big Barda. And the logic here is if something goes wrong, then she's strong enough to take it. And so with Mr. Miracle, they go into a portal and they end up on a habitable planet. And he had been keeping Big Barda here just in case. Because if she'd been on Earth, probably a lot of people would have died. But upon arriving, they see that she had broke out of her chains. And from the sky, she attacks Mr. Miracle. Beating his face in, Superman almost goes to intervene with his laser vision, with his heat vision. But he says no, don't. Let the cure try to take effect. And it works. And she comes back, not realizing how much time has passed, having no memory of anything that has happened in the years since she was turned. Now, picking up with John Constantine. He's sitting in the Tower of Fate, the little secret room that he has. Zatanna breaks into it, finally finding it. Took her quite a while to find this place, but she finds it. And just asks John, what the heck are you doing? Seeing, the Spear of Destiny, the Wizard's Staff, the Crystal Ball. She's just like, what the hell are you doing, Constantine? And his response is I can't tell you. Because if I tell you, you're gonna try to stop me. And I know this because I've already seen the future. I looked into the crystal ball, I saw what was going to happen, and I can't tell you what's what. And enters the room Phantom Stranger. And Phantom Stranger's here to try to get the crystal ball. He's pissed off that John Constantine stole it. And these two get into an argument, a little scuffle here. And he pushes John Constantine. John Constantine picks up the Spear of Destiny and is just ready to brawl. He's just like, let's go, bro. That's really the step you want to take. Let's take that step. And before anything can break out, we see the arrival of Jason Blood. And he lets Constantine know, yeah, Trigon will be here any moment, but there's more at stake. There's more going on. Amazos are literally all over the planet right now. And so all of our heroes meet back up. And John Constantine really just breaks the news to all of them. Like, this is gonna go sideways. Because we don't have time to create a cure and distribute it to everybody that is anti-living. Because Amazos are on the run and they're taking everything out. Now, picking up elsewhere, we see Trigon emerge from the Earth. And within 15 minutes, all of Paris is on fire. Everybody is dead. The living and the dead alike. Now, picking up with John Constantine in the Tower of Fate, he's with Dr. Fate and he's like, hey man, like, I'm finally ready to show you the room that I haven't been letting you in this whole time. And so he opens the door and lets him in, and Dr. Fate's immediate reaction is, my God. And this is when he sees everybody standing around him and all of these weapons. And almost immediately, Stranger stabs Dr. Fate with the Spear of Destiny. And the reasoning is, Dr. Fate was going to stop whatever was going to happen. Like, they've looked in the crystal ball. They know the future. Dr. Fate was going to try to stop what they're doing, and he can't. They have to do this for the sake of the world. But he's not willing to give up the helmet. He's just not going to do it. But John Constantine accounted for this. He already knew what was coming. And so he uses the wizard's staff and yells, Shazam. And we see him empowered with the powers of Shazam. And so now we have a John Constantine that is empowered with the powers of Shazam. He is carrying the amulet and helmet of Dr. Fate. He is wearing the cloak of Ragman. And he has a crystal ball that he can see into the future, plus carrying the Spear of Destiny. Like, holy crap, if you could make a character any more OP, you couldn't. Like, this is literally as OP as it gets. But that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think. Personally, I absolutely loved it. Seeing John Constantine become literally one of the most OP characters in DC Comics is absolutely phenomenal. Someone as cocky and arrogant and just as asshole-ish as John Constantine, and then having something like this to boost his ego even higher. So next issue is going to be really freaking excited. We can only assume that John Constantine, empowered with all of these new abilities, is going on to take on Trigon himself. And that is going to be one heck of a battle. So be sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, because you're not going to want to miss that issue. So yeah, if you guys have not, be sure to like this video, leave me a comment, let me know how you like it, and until the next issue,